Well, before I got in this wheelchair, I used to, race motorcycles and water ski and run about 8 or 10 miles a day, and just had a lot of energy, And I never touched a computer before I had my accident. Never needed to.
Independence for me is the ability to go ahead and take complete control of my own destiny.
Independence is just being happy. It's part of life.
It's like a bird taking flight.
Independence for Matt, being able to function on his own without somebody holding his hand the whole time.
Independence, doing whatever the hell you want to do, whenever you want to do it.
Matthew was 2 years old, and we had gone for an evaluation at the Children's Hospital in Boston, and it was at that time that we began looking at ways that Matthew could have some sort of an impact on his environment. Matthew immediately connected to the technology. We knew for the first time that Matthew was clearly a bright little boy and had been taking in a lot more about his environment that we had ever given him credit for.
It is hopping.
He uses his chin, and this micro switch is attached to a pair of eyeglasses. It allows him the opportunity to...
The kids always want to help me.
That's right, they do, don't they? I think you said that the kids always want to help him. The Light Talker is a portable communication system. It is a computer, and Matthew, using a single switch, can control a light that scans rows and columns.
I like to talk to my friends.
That's right, you do.
I lost the ability to read print several years ago. I need the most current information. And that's been real hard. I've always had to either hire someone that'll read to me or ask other members of my staff to do it, ask my wife. But I need the ability to choose what I want to read and to be able to back up and reread information. We're looking at the system that I use to get through my daily work. This is a scanner that I read, put all documents on top of. That information sent to the computer that can talk to me.
Most concepts are discussed only briefly in this chapter.
On this screen, I can also use the tools that I have there to get in close so I can see letters enlarged as large as I need so that I can go ahead and see a little bit of the text or see where certain buttons are to start my machine talking. Alrighty, we're going to draw something, and I want you to jump right in. You ready? Oh yeah, put that disc in.
Device that I use to operate my Macintosh is pretty nifty. It's called Headmaster, and any movement of my head will be read by the computer as a movement, and it moves the cursor as my head moves.
It takes time to find the right tools for you, the right devices that are going to make the difference for you. But the devices are there.
By having the computer at my side, I'm able to keep up with a lot of my colleagues, such as accessing medical directories or accessing other medical information. It makes me feel like I'm still doing what I've been trained to do and still out there helping people and enjoying what I'm doing.
It's the new FDHD floppy drive.
Every day something new comes up. I either talk to a friend who shows me something I can do, or I just open up the manual I'm supposed to read and realize that, wow, I didn't know I could do that.
But you can play around with it without having to, without having to read any books. We never read the books to use these things.
Who in here has used Mac Draw? Anyone? Great. Works the same way.
I have a hard time with writing because I have a learning disability, dyslexia. No matter how much I was drilled with handwriting, I can't read my own handwriting.
Don't worry about mistakes. Just keep typing.
The computer doesn't teach people to write. What the computer allows is the writing process to be experienced by people who haven't experienced it before. They learn how to write by writing.
I can't write at all by hand. Well, I need them to write letters, paper, talk to people on the modem, do my bills, balance my checkbook, the computer allowed me to perform like any other college freshman. I have a 2 to 4 grade paper due next week for political science. Trying to think I've spent too much on going out and partying.
Got that? Great. Now go to the edit menu. The simplest word processing program allows you to edit text, and what makes that work for people with language disabilities is the ability to make mistakes easily.
You took my Macintosh away from me tomorrow, I wouldn't be able to write papers. I'd probably be getting Fs for grades, and teachers would complain about my handwriting and organizational skills.
The Macintosh is a visual computer. The way you drive the Macintosh is a lot easier for people with language disabilities. You don't have to type commands on keyboards to make the Macintosh work. So let's get our mouse and move it so that the I-beam goes below that first paragraph, because we want to make the first paragraph now the second paragraph. These kids are editing text, something they've never done before. You got it?
Yes.
Great. I edit other people's writing now. That's an amazing thing for me to do, but I do it. And I'm a very good editor. And the idea or the image of myself doing that kind of work is unbelievable.
If you would have looked at me and said, yeah, Tom, 3 years from now, you're going to be running your own business, you're going to have 20 Macintoshes in your office, and you're going to be a successful businessman, I would look at you and go, yeah, right. We use computers to do a variety of graphic applications, publications. We do posters, newsletters. It's like sitting down in front of a desk with 1,000 paintbrushes, a million different words, and a bunch of different typefaces, and 25 phone lines, and you're connected to the world, and you have all this potential.
For people like myself who are confirmed techno-peasants, the Apple computer is user-friendly. Matt and I essentially learned together, and actually in many ways Matt has surpassed me.
Okay, look at the screen. Look at, these are the 3 sounds. Which sound says okay. He's learning the same thing that everybody else is learning. Reading, math, science.
Matthew's one of the gang. Matthew's, as far as a member of the class, he's one of them.
This is really the point. You're up, you don't feel disabled anymore. You're up the same level with everybody else. The machine, they're more than my legs. They're more than, it's, how do I explain this?
The Macintosh to me is kind of like a third arm.
It's an extension of my hands and my brain.
My Macintosh is like my mother.
Seeing your own intelligence outside your head, that's a wonderful thing.
Without it, I mean, I would feel just like a small, I feel like a small person. I wouldn't feel useful.
What's your computer mean to you, Matt? Do you want to have an opportunity to tell people? It's up to you.
I feel like a superstar.